Welcome to Asian Anifacts, the channel about Chinese, Korean and Taiwanese actors and actresses. Today I will show you Part 7 of Lists of Dramas of Liu Shishi, which included the following: My Best Friend's Story, A Journey to Love and Guest Role on Fox Spirit Matchmaker, Red Moon Pact. My Best Friend's Story 2020. Cast: Liu Shishi, Nini, Tony Yang, Eric Liu Yang, Dong Zijian, Tian Yu. She played Jiang Nansun, the beautiful and generous daughter of a wealthy family who was well loved and cherished by her family and was raised like a princess by her family. Jiang Nansun has had a very close relationship with her best friend Zhu Suasua since she was young, as they supported each other on the way to growth and formed a brilliant friendship like gold. Zhu Suasua is a beautiful and bright daughter from a broken family, as her father works away from home, and she rarely sees him and her mother abandon them when she is young. As Jiang Nansun became a woman, she developed feelings to a man who has a poor background. Nevertheless, seeing he was a hard-working man, Jiang Nansun stuck to him, and she never hesitated to fight for him against her father's opposition. One day, while Jiang Nansun was waiting for her boyfriend in the teacher's office, a man mistook him for a student and reprimanded her, and she was annoyed, but upon seeing her boyfriend she happily greeted him and walked away. Jiang Nansun went into the house of her aunt that her aunt wanted to renovate and also to give the design that her boyfriend made for her aunt. Jiang Nansun was stunned to see her father waiting for them in the house of her aunt, and she was left with no choice but to introduce her boyfriend, who ended up being interviewed by her father. Jiang Nansun felt that her father's question was rude, so she tried to persuade her boyfriend to leave. Jiang Nansun was left with her father as her aunt wants to see her to have dinner later, and while she was touring the house, she was annoyed to see the man that reprimanded her before and was stunned that he was the son of a friend of her aunt. While having dinner with her family, she can't help but notice that her father was having a cheerful conversation with the man that she hated. After dinner, Jiang Nansun met up with her boyfriend and tried to apologize for her father's behavior towards him, but her boyfriend is a very kind man who believed that her father was only concerned about her. Jiang Nansun went home, and her father introduced her to a new tutor for her violin lesson, as her father wants her to learn it and be invited to different social gatherings of the rich people so she can find a rich man to marry her. Jiang Nansun was extremely upset with her father's words, after she found out that her father only pampered her so she can be a woman who can later marry a rich man. Jiang Nansun vows to cut ties with her father, given him back the clothes and bags that he bought for her, and she even cut her hair to show her father that she was serious about cutting him to her life. Jiang Nansun later called her best friend Zhu Suasua to accompany her to a salon to have her hair cut professionally. Jiang Nansun's father invited Jiang Nansun and her boyfriend to their home for dinner. At first Jiang Nansun refused to see her father again, but her boyfriend persuaded her. In their home, Jiang Nansun once again had an argument with her father as her father insisted on her boyfriend to sell her boyfriend house in the outskirts of Shanghai and bought a house in the center of Shanghai. Later, Jiang Nansun found out that her father had a lot of debt after her father's failure in stock speculation, which led to the mortgage of their house and property. Jiang Nansun's father died, and she had to shoulder the debt left by her father, and her boyfriend left her after seeing her family situation. Jiang Nansun learned to work hard to earn money to pay off their family debt, and her best friend Zhu Suasua stayed at her side, constantly helping and comforting her. And the man that she uses to hate became her friend that later developed feelings for her, and they became a couple. A Journey to Love 2023. Cast: Liu Shishi, Liu Yuning, Alan Fong, He Lando, Wang Yizhe, Chen Yue. She played Ren Xin, former left envoy of the Vermilion Guard of the state of An and the #1 assassin in the world, with a cold and arrogant temperament. When Ren Xin was young, she was sold by her father at a low price to the state of An to be an assassin. Ren Xin became famous in the world for assassinating the Prince of Nanping, the Empress Dowager of State of Chu, and many other prominent people who were against the king of the state of An. Ren Xin had a good relationship with the Empress of the State of An, who has seen her potential and had given her promotion on the Vermilion Guard. Ren Xin also became the master of one of the Prince the State of An, who had developed feelings for her. However, she was framed up for killing the Empress of State of An and was imprisoned, but one of her comrades in the Vermilion Guard helped her escape. To find out who really killed the Empress of State of An, Ren Xin uses the pseudonym Ren Rui and became a member of the White Bird Camp, the lowest branch of the Vermilion Guard tasked with seduction and investigation. Ren Xin and her fellow members of the White Bird Camp infiltrate the music department of the state of Wu as dancers. One day, she participated in the birthday banquet held at the house of a noble man, hoping to seduce one of the noblemen who has the map of the grain and supplies of the state of Wu. But the current leader of the Six Realm Hall of the state of Wu suddenly came and accused the dancers as spies from the state of An and ordered them to be executed. Ren Xin, who pretended to be weak, left with no choice but to fight to survive. Ren Xin persuaded a fellow member who treated her like a sister to escape from the White Bird Camp to live a free life, but she declines as she was already pregnant with her fellow members. Ren Xin asked her fellow members to meet up again the next day as she wants to give her the map of the grain and supplies of the state of Wu that she will steal later. Ren Xin wants her colleague to use the map to earn merit for the White Bird Camp. But the next day her colleague did not show up, and when she checks on the White Bird Camp secret hideout, she saw that her colleague and fellow members were dead. As they are already executed by the Six Realm Hall of the State Wu, and she was nearly caught, fortunately she was able to kill one of the guards and exchange it to the body of her fellow, as the leader of the Six Realm Hall ordered the place to be burned. However, the second in command of the Six Realm Hall noticed that one of the dead bodies of a woman from the White Bird Camp was missing and one of the members of the Six Realm Hall was among the dead body. So, he secretly checks on the inn in the city and finds the clothes of Ren Xin stained with blood. Ren Xin was nearly caught in a corner, but she fly in one of house of a nobleman and hide to one of the two coffins in the ancestral home of the former leader of the Six Realm of Hall of the state of Wu. Ning Yuanzhou, the top spy of the state of Wu, known for his intelligence and great martial arts skills. But Ning Yuanzhou was framed, imprisoned, demoted, and was sent into the battlefield by the current leader of the Six Realm of Hall. Ning Yuanzhou pretended to die and one of the surviving generals informed his steward of his passing. While Ren Xin was hiding inside the coffin, she was nearly saw by the Six Realm Hall leader when he disrespectfully tried to open one of the coffin to see if Ning Yuanzhou is really dead. Fortunately, Ning Yuanzhou reappeared when he saw that his steward was about to be killed, and when Ning Yuanzhou killed the leader of the Six Realm of Hall and was left with his steward, he exposed Ren Xin, and he nearly killed her. Ren Xin pretended to be weak and lied that she was only forced to become a member of the White Bird Camp because of her family. Ning Yuanzhou didn't believe Ren Xin, but his steward begs him to let her stay as she was really weak because she was poisoned and she collapsed on the arm of Ning Yuanzhou. Later, Ren Xin asks Ning Yuanzhou to help her get out of the main gate of the state of Wu, and he comply. After they passed through the main gate, they went on their separate ways. Ning Yuanzhou was attacked by the Six Realm Hall and Ren Xin saw the smoke of the explosion on Ning Yuanzhou's direction, so she went to Ning Yuanzhou's location and helped him fight. Ren Xin was later accompanied by Ning Yuanzhou again to pass through the main gate after Ning Yuanzhou was reinstated in his position and was tasked to accompany the princess of the state of Wu who would give the ransom for the release of their king who was being held hostage by the state of An. Ren Xin was able to track the person who tried to kill her before, but because of the poison in her body she was nearly killed. Fortunately Ning Yuanzhou arrived and helped her fight. After Ning Yuanzhou rescued Ren Xin, he offered Ren Xin a job to tutor the princess of the state of Wu who was going in the state of An. Ren Xin agreed with the condition that Ning Yuanzhou will help her find who was the person who killed the empress of An that was framed on her. Ren Xin teaches the princess of state of Wu on how to behave in the state of An as a prince as well as know the family member of the monarch of the state of An and the history of the state of An. While traveling to the state of An, Ren Xin and Ning Yuanzhou encounter many life and death situations and developed feelings for each other. As Ren Xin learned to care for Ning Yuanzhou, for the princess of the state of Wu and for the members of the Six Realm Hall. And Ning Yuanzhou saw the kindness that Ren Xin hidden in her heart. Fox Spirit Matchmaker. Red Moon Pact. 2024. Cast: Liu Shishi, Gong Jun, Yang Mi, Gua Xiaoting, Miles Wei, Chen Duling. She played Dongfang Huaizhu, the eldest daughter of Dongfang clan raised to be a warrior and thus excels in martial arts. Dongfang Huaizhu is the aunt of Dongfang Yuechu, a fun-loving individual who gleefully and arrogantly throws himself into life often without regard for his own safety. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.